February 9th, afternoon, the caves. I finally got hold of the third flask, but the exit was blocked by that asshole Moreau. I need to find another way out. There's something else nagging me, though. He said something about Miranda wanting her baby back. I have a feeling he wasn't talking about Rose. February 9th, afternoon, lake. I ran into Chris and his goons in a shack by the lake. They seem to be researching something. What are they up to? I had so many questions, but then that giant fish, turns out was Moreau, attacked. I need to get out of here. But he said the exit was underwater. February 9th, afternoon, Moreau's hut. Moreau's belly up and I'm almost out of the lake. Then who shows up but the last child, Heisenberg. Not in person, of course, through a dusty old TV. He told me the last flask is in some stronghold. I'm not going to let him have his way, but I don't have many other options right now. This better not be a trick. Speaking of that stronghold, what's going on, everyone? It's the Niskel. Welcome back to Resident Evil Village. Here we are. Heisenberg has finally shown up on the map. He's kind of been here the entire time, ever since he said, hey, you should go to the Stronghold. He showed up on the map, so now we know where his territory is. Our mission? Get to the end of the Stronghold, and we can get our flask. Should be easy, right? Well, if that's anything to go by. If you thought the entire village was just Lycan territory, this is where they came from. You're going to go through a huge gauntlet of Lycans. Be prepared. It looks like they've just been toying with their prey around here. They are violent and they are ready. I kind of like this. This is where the difficulty kind of starts going straight up, and for good reason. Heisenberg is powerful. So is his control over the Lycans. So, he gave you a challenge. Let's see if you're man enough to do it. What? That just went clean through his neck. He didn't even feel it. Ow. Speaking of feeling things. What I would suggest, try to stay as far away as possible when fighting Lycans. But that's kind of hard because they come in packs, or they can come in packs. You can take them out with the sniper rifle by this point, so that's pretty neat. But most of the time, yeah, you'll have about 2 or 3, sometimes 4 of them just coming up behind you in droves. So a shotgun, good way to take care of them. Oh, hello. Oh, jeez. He wasn't. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what I was saying about the. Ah! Is that death? That's not death. I can't believe it. All right. I can't believe I survived. I shouldn't have survived. Gotta love when the game's having mercy on me. Having mercy on me. Wow. Yeah, that shouldn't have happened, but I'll take it. So, around this point, there is an achievement you can get in the game, and this has actually been an achievement in Resident Evil 5 as well, for slashing an arrow out of the air. And right here is the easiest place to do it. You could get it earlier, no doubt, but right here... Ow! God, that was right in the face. This right here is the easiest place to get it. He is shooting directly at you, and if you've killed the other Lycans, you can actually take pot shots at these arrows. Be careful, though. He's got some pretty pinpoint accuracy. But after a while, there we go. You can actually get it on the side swing. You don't actually have to get it head on. So there we go. And now, what? Oh my God, what is today? What is my playing skills today? I'm sure a lot of us gamers out there in the audience have had one of those days where nothing goes right. You think you had the shot, you didn't get the shot. Okay, that made up for it. I took the arrow out too. God, what a great shot. Okay, well, I'm feeling pretty powerful right now. Let's go ahead and take out the Stronghold right away. You just imagine Ethan, like, hiking up his pants. It's just like, yeah, I'm a big boy. I'm gonna take out the Stronghold. This is around the time where I noticed Resident Evil Village stopped pulling its punches. You've had a couple sections. You had Moreau's section, you had Donna's section. Those were kind of on the lesser side of difficulty. I mean, Moreau was a one-hit kill, but, you know, stay out of the water and he's not going to kill you. The hardest part of that chapter was actually Moreau himself. This right here, power and numbers, man, they are coming from everywhere, and they kind of have predetermined spawn points. I've noticed that as I've played through normal and hardcore, excuse me. And yeah, it seems like as soon as you hit a specific point, 4 or 5 more Lycans are going to show up from the ceiling, from down below. It gets kind of rough. And especially when you have archers all over the place. So, my best advice, keep moving. I know I'm saying that as I'm, you know, sitting here taking pot shots. That's mainly because I want the supplies. But yeah, just keep it moving. If you have to bob and weave, go right ahead. As soon as you get close to any Lycan, they will actually go into feral attack mode, I guess. And, yeah, then you gotta take close combat into consideration. But for the most part, you can just bob and weave and shoot them from afar, so that helps. But if you just want to get through this, I totally understand. Bob and weave, dodge out of the way. Everything hurts. Ow. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Now, if you have the speedrunner sensibility, this part is kind of a joke. You come in here, you notice...
How do I get this door open?
There's a big gate here. You have to use the 2 levers on each side of here, which means climbing. Climbing is an easy way to dodge the Lycans, except for the arrows they shoot. So just keep that in mind. Now, let's see. If I'm a smart gamer, as soon as I come up here, more Lycans are going to show up? Oh. Surprisingly not. Well, I definitely know as soon as I pull this lever, most definitely. Yep, there he is. What's up, man? Yeah, you see how they kind of climb up the walls? That is such a cool attention to detail. They're not just coming through the door, they're climbing up the walls. They are following your progress. And also they jump. They're jumpy boys. And now they're headless boys. God, that feels so visceral. Uh-oh! Oh! Yeah, the only reason I'm doing this is because we're about to get into a huge close quarter section. You're gonna want that shotgun, and also as much pistol ammo as you can carry. Jesus! I think I got some on me. Ew. Hey, look! Brain food. Oh, it's in my mouth! Oh, I hate it. I even hate myself for saying that. I'm just gonna stop talking. Oh, they're calling for more. I think that's why I... Oh, Jesus. They're 2 roars. Or calls. This could be bad. I'm running out of big ammo. There we go. If you do happen to stay and fight these guys, you can make so much extra ammo, it's kind of ridiculous. If you don't want to get hurt a lot, just run through. Probably one of my favorite things about the design of the Lycans is how they're still humanoid in nature. They are werewolves. And going with the fantasy aspect, we now have vampires, we have mermen, and werewolves. Going full-on fantasy, and actually, before they kind of were human first and then mutated, originally when they got injected with the parasite, they would kind of have a giant cocoon go over them, and then they would hatch from the cocoon into Lycans. I kind of like how they transform naturally better. Here it is. Welcome to the Stronghold. I've made the joke before that we're in Lycan country. Oh my god, there are so many werewolves in here. But not just yet. They give you a chance. See, I really like how this place looks. This is an old tower, possibly from a castle, or maybe just a stronghold. It's all dilapidated, it's been taken over, and it's just so neat. One of the initial concepts of Resident Evil Village was the idea of jumping back and forth between past and present. Some scenes would take place back in Ye Olde Village with Gothic architecture and a bunch of castles and strongholds, and then you would jump back to modern-day Village with Ethan. I'm glad they stuck with just modern Ethan with a lot of old buildings. Okay. We're about to jump into what I consider the hardest part of this game. If you're playing casually, you're probably going to take a lot of hits here.
This must be their den.
As soon as you reach hardcore difficulty, this part sucks. You can hear him, can't you? And there's the call for more friends. I'm going to be going through and getting as many items as I can remember to get. I'm going to try to get everything. But they're coming for you. Don't worry. If you thought they weren't going to come for you, here they are. There's going to be a few explosive barrels all over the place, so definitely take advantage of that. But just know, the longer you stay in this stronghold, the more Lycans are going to show up. In a sense, you could kind of grind materials here, but I honestly do think your resources will not outlast the Lycan hordes. Ow! Case in point, if you are playing like me and missing point-blank shots, you're not going to last. They want you to get all the way to the top of the stronghold, and that's where they'll stop spawning. They have a very distinct, oh hey, the player reached this area, stop spawning Lycans point. I kind of like that. Also, vines? I wish Ethan could do that. Come on, unleash your inner George of the Jungle, Ethan, come on. I want to see you swinging on these things. But then again, it might be a bit hard for, you know, 8-fingered Ethan over here. Oh, hello. Based on how well you are doing in this game, there should be a lot more Lycans right now. But, yeah, we've actually been... Oh, God, they came through the entrance. We've actually been doing kind of poorly. So, yeah, they're kind of easing up on us. I just love how the difficulty naturally adjusts to how the player is doing. And then if you're playing anything in a harder difficulty, the game just throws its hands up and goes, I'm just gonna toss things at you and see what sticks, okay? There we go, just a little bit of everything. Definitely some explodey bits for later. Oh yeah, it's not just getting through the Lycan hordes. You got a boss fight to go through. That's the main challenge of this place. If the droves of werewolves don't kill you, the leader will. Uh-oh! Oh, God! Ow! Oh, God. Oh, sorry, that was a panic sneeze. Ow! Owie! Get out of here! Get out of here! Okay. That was pretty cool. Yeah, I managed to kill, like, 3 of them in an explosion. That's neat. Everything hurts. Alright. Woo! Another explosive round. Nice. Alright, so, here we go! Oh my god, that actually hurt me, I think. Even though I was in a cutscene state, I think he still took a little bit of health from me. I mean, all he did was, like, tickle my armpit or something like that, and maybe that caused me emotional damage? I don't know. Oh, there's another roar. I forgot that these were flash rounds, but hey, could be advantageous a bit later. If you are having an extremely difficult time with this,
okay, big guy.
Wolfsbane is your friend, especially with the, you know, the 2 pokies here. The guy with 2 sharp fingers, there we go. There aren't 2 of them, there's just 1 guy. And I gotta admit, pretty good place to have this, right near the very end. What would have really sucked is adding a full-fledged wolf in here. They could totally do that, and, you know, it would add to the challenge, but that's something for, like, nightmare mode, man. Don't add it here. We're just dealing with humanoids. And now I have to imagine how many people were actually in this village. Legitimately. When we came here, there were only, like, what, 8 survivors left? And if it's to be believed, the lichens that are here in this village are from villagers who were experimented on. Not only that, a lot of the people who were experimented on didn't survive. They didn't even make it to become lichens. And there has to be, like, countless experiments. Like, what did we just fight? Like, 20? 30 of them? Those are the experiments that, quote-unquote, failed? I mean, failed enough to where they didn't die, but they became lichens. See, that's just crazy. We barely even saw any houses, but maybe it's kind of in a more rural area? Like, the houses are greatly spaced out, and we're just in the area where there's a lot of housing? I don't know. Or maybe this place is just booming with children, I don't know. 15 years ago, everybody decided, you know what? Feeling pretty good tonight. You, me, bedroom, now. And then cut to modern day, Mother Miranda's like, bring me all the new 15-year-olds. And just, oh, Jesus, here we go again. The rite of passage. That's a distressing sound. I don't like that one bit. Goodbye, goat. Sorry for checking the map so much. I really want to make sure we get everything because we can't come back here. You know, I actually haven't tested that, but that's beside the point. This is a cool shot. There are still possibly hundreds of lichens in this stronghold. And that's where they eat. The king's order has finally arrived. Withdrawal. It is most vexing that we must abandon the border stronghold to those heretics. If I had but a little more time, I know I'd be able to turn the tides of this battle. Nay, I should not put on airs. It is my curiosity that ties me to this place. This is, in my opinion, a lost remnant of going back in time. We're seeing a post, a bit of parchment with scrolling on it, from the past. So that's actually pretty neat. You know, the people who used to own the stronghold, they left a ripped up message over here. Who knows, maybe we could go back in time and go to medieval times. I would like a refill on that Pepsi. Alright, prepare for war. Get as many supplies as you can. Explosives are your friend. I'm gonna be chucking a bunch of pipe bombs. Maybe laying a couple mines if I can find some in the arena. Because we're about to meet up with an old friend. Not the friend you're thinking of, but it's been a while since we've seen this friend. He's the leader of the bunch, and you know him well. He's finally back to kill Ethan.
That's not good.
Remember this guy? Urias! We now have to fight and kill this thing. Funny thing about this, there is a challenge in this game to kill Urias in the first village segment when you're doing the escape sequence, or the survival sequence at the very beginning. So he can be killed in the beginning. I believe he still shows up at this point in the game to fight you. Oh god, I might have to do some research on this. But allegedly, this is the same guy from the beginning of the game. I have to call doubt into that, though, because we're going to be fighting another one of these guys later. So hopefully there's just a few of them. Eventually he's going to be throwing little mini lichens at you. Lichen lights, diet lichens, I don't know. The regular guys. Ow. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so this can happen too. You can have bosses actually hurt their own guys. And this is dangerous, this is dangerous, this is dangerous. I hate this. Oh my god, he picked up an entire pillar! Ah! Okay, good. He's not good at aiming. That is an extremely devastating attack. You know, obviously, don't let a pillar hit you. It's a pillar of stone. You know, when I first played this game and this guy got all up in your face at the beginning of the game, I honestly thought he had like an iron mask on. That's what it kind of looks like if you take a look into his face. But no, he just, he just has a mean old squinty face. He's just a mad boy with a big hammer. Do you think this wolf compares his hammer to Heisenberg? Oh my god. Okay, that worked. That shouldn't have worked, but it did. Oh, hi. Here you go. Yes. Here you go. Here you go. Wait. Oh shit! I thought he was dead. I legitimately thought he was dead. Ah, crap, man. Oh no. When I saw him on his knees, I thought he died! Ah! Oh my god, I'm getting bodied. Help! Still doing pretty good on health. Is that it? There he goes, okay. Alright, that wasn't that bad. Up yours.
Eat shit.
That was a good one-liner, Ethan. Good job. That's the boss of the Stronghold. We've done it. And now the spoils of war. All the different items that we weren't able to pick up because we were being attacked by a giant hammer-wielding monstrosity. It's time. Not that bad of a fight. Resident Evil has had a long history of larger-than-life enemies that you have to fight in one simple arena. And this one's pretty good. Definitely not the best. Still trying to figure out who I want to chalk that up to. But it acts exactly like the Executioner in RE5 or one of the other huge, monstrous nothings that appear in Resident Evil 6. And then your reward is this room. Not the multiple gems that you can shoot down from the ceiling and from the larger gems, but just the crystals themselves. This is another one of those rooms where they didn't have to do this. I mean, you could have just made this another dingy hallway and nobody would have been the wiser, but they took the time and turned this into such a beautiful area with plenty of treasure. And this is actually the same crystal that all the other lords have turned into. So that's kind of neat. I mean, allegedly. I mean, it looks like Dimitrescu's same crystallization. Same with her daughters. But we didn't exactly see Donna turn into crystal. I mean, she kind of turned into, like, broken ash or, charred wood or something like that. Hey, look at that! We got it!
You're the real deal, Ethan. Well done.
Quit hiding, asshole. I'm not letting you get out of this.
Cool your jets. Just a little bit more, and you're all wrapped up. I'll lend you a hand. So in exchange...
In exchange what?
First of all, come to me. Put all the flasks in the altar, and I'm sure you'll figure the rest out. See you, Ethan.
God damn it.
Even when we get to the end of the Stronghold, Heisenberg isn't here. And I think he actually mentioned that before. He was never going to be here. You just had to go through the Stronghold, and this is where he left his flask. Okay. Neat. But now he wants to see us face to face, and it requires all 4 flasks, so we'll go ahead and do that. We'll humor him a little bit. Because, we're Ethan Winters. Extremely strong family man. So obviously the most boring character in all of Resident Evil history. Okay, I might just be just still a little pissed off. Just a little bit, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll get over it. I do like how this entire segment loops around. very good map making. But you want to come down here first. Trust me. We get to see more of the Stronghold and how it was built. It had dungeons just like Dimitrescu's castle, but this was more for prisoners who tried to invade the Stronghold. And also the photo of the Phantom Fish. If I hadn't already gotten it, this is where you would get the hint, oh hey, get the fish. This is your last chance to go get specialty items. Before you go use the flasks at the altar, you want to get any remaining items or food or what have you. Do that all now, because as soon as you mess with the altar, you're in the endgame. Cadeau Implantation Notes, subject 174 to 181. Here are specialty notes on people who have been experimented on and how they reacted to the parasite. It also mentions, and this is a nice little detail, if they had any previous afflictions. And then there's this one. Alcina D. Dimitrescu. Very high affinity, no loss of cognition, body transformation. She is a good test subject. So she wasn't originally a child of Mother Miranda. She was a test subject. See, this is the kind of world building I want in the background of my Resident Evil game. If Dimitrescu was experimented on, that would explain some of her abilities. She has a very odd blood disease going with the vampirism. And then, you know, she got specialty powers and is able to augment the way her body moves. Or grows, I should say. This is cool stuff. I love reading logs like this. I think another game that has really decent logs that I just like reading in my spare time, or like it when they are read to me, is Dead Space. The original, the remake, whichever you're playing, that's some good shit. And then, of course, whenever Resident Evil decides not to shit the bed and has really good logs in the background. I love that loop. Going through the entirety of the Stronghold, we came here to the graveyard after beating Dimitrescu. This is how long we've been able to come in here. And what they wanted you to do was do the Stronghold first and then come out of the graveyard, but we already had the Iron Insignia key, so there was no point. The show must go on, says Heisenberg. Well, I can help out with that. I've got some treasures to sell to the Duke. And then we're about to jump into the point of no return. I know I've said that a few times, but
it's my greatest pleasure to see you return alive.
Oh, thank you.
Well then, feel free.
I've dealt with a few lichens in my lifetime. Pfft, it's easy stuff. So I know I've mentioned before multiple times that there were points of no return in this game. Every single segment is a point of no return. But this is where you will not be going back to the village. That's the important part.
Food is life. Dissatisfied? I believe this is a fair price.
I was trying to see if the Duke had any extra dialogue for that. Now that we've cooked all the recipes, here's where you can get rid of your meat just for a little extra cash.
Bits and bobs? I see.
It wasn't worth it, but since we can't do any more dishes, I figured might as well get rid of it.
Do let me know if you find anything else of value.
You got it, Duke. I would sell you my daughter's flasks, but I kind of need them. Next time on Resident Evil Village, we are going to be using all 4 flasks on the altar. And this, supposedly, opens up the way to Heisenberg, the last of the 4 lords. See you guys next time. I hate seeing that umbrella symbol. Blech.